you know, I'm really sorry that Lois had to leave right after dinner.
So am I.
Thank you. I thought the two of you were going to study together tonight.
Well, she had to see another friend, and she knew I wanted some time with you.
Betsy, Lois seems like a lovely girl.
And she's really pretty. She must be very popular. She is. Except she's not stuck up about it. She's nice to everybody, even to the people who don't make friends as easily as she does.
That's probably why she's so popular.
Oh, Kim, Lois said she'd go shopping with us on Saturday, if that's okay with you.
Oh, of course it's okay.
I loved what she was wearing tonight. She does have a neat taste in clothes. Now, that really didn't matter much to me before, but there are a lot of parties and dances coming up before the holidays, and I ought to have something to wear, just in case somebody might ask me.
Oh, honey, I think that's a wonderful idea.
Betsy, why don't we go upstairs and listen to some records? Okay. Oh, Lois lent me her new Rex Smith album. Oh, really? That's great. I only have the single.
Kim, I am so glad to see Betsy finally starting to come out of herself.
Oh, I know. I'm just so relieved about it. This friendship with Lois seems to have changed her attitude about everything.
Where's Mrs. Coleman?
She's upstairs changing. We're going to the airport to pick up her son.
Bennett, I don't understand. How could you agree to let her son come here?
She wanted to see him.
If you ask me, it's a terrible mistake.
I didn't ask for your opinion, Hester.
Well, you should have.
There's no way I could stop her from inviting her son up here. Besides, it's just for a few days.
She was only going to be here for a few days, too, at the beginning. Every time we let an outsider come here, we're inviting trouble. That nephew of Dr. Bickford's, he's becoming a regular drop-in guest.
And whose fault is that? I never would have invited him up here in the first place. You're the one that talked Lisa into inviting them here. So don't reprimand me about Derek Bickford.
You'd met Derek before when he was up here visiting his uncle, and I thought it would do you good to have some company in for a change. Besides, I didn't expect Mrs. Coleman to flirt with him all evening.
She wasn't flirting.
Oh, wasn't she?
If there was any flirting going on, it doesn't matter anyway. I'll be going back to New York very soon.
The last time I talked to Dr. Bickford, he said that Derek was trying to arrange for a longer vacation so that he could stay on. Now, who do you think is responsible for that decision?
That's enough, Hester. Maybe it's a good thing her son is coming. She'll be too busy to entertain Derek Bickford.
Well, I still don't like these strangers poking around here. Any of them. It was much better when it was just the two of us here.
That's all over, Hester. And if you can't accept it, you better go looking for another job.
I'm only thinking of you, Bennett. Now she's talking about inviting all her friends from Oakdale up here for the wedding. Well, you better put a stop to it. Find another place for the wedding if you have to have it at all.
Why should I?
Because we both know there are things here from the past that the outside world shouldn't know about. Every stranger who crosses that threshold is a threat because...
Here I am, all ready to go.
Oh, you look beautiful.
Well, thank you.
Evening, Mr. Coleman.
Oh, Lieutenant, hello. Have a chair. Thanks for coming by the club with such short notice. Take your coat.
No, thank you. I've had it all day. I'm fine. Well, I'm glad to get here, but let me tell you this. I don't have any further leads on who tampered with your car.
Well, I don't think you're going to find the leads here in Oakdale, because I'm still sure it was Bennett Hadley. But that's not why I called you, though.
What's up?
I'd like you to try to get the cooperation of the New York Police Department in locating an actor named Martin Blake.
Martin Blake?
Yes. Yes, according to my ex-wife, Martin Blake is the brother of Bennett Hadley's housekeeper, Miss Hester Pierce. Now, Hadley claims that this man ran off with his wife over a year ago.
Hold it. Just a minute. Let me get some of these names down.
All right.
I ran into this Mrs. Pierce up at Norwich when I questioned Bennett Hadley.
I wish I'd remembered to ask you to ask her when she'd last heard from her brother.
I still don't quite understand what you think it is he could tell us.
Well, he could tell us who Ruth Hadley is for one thing. And from what Lisa told me, Bennett hasn't heard from her since the day she left.
You think he's lying?
No, I think he's telling the truth about that. Because he's not the only one who hasn't heard from her. Lieutenant, I spoke to a very close friend of hers when I was in New York a few months ago, a woman named Gloria Dunn. Now, she's a partner of Ruth Hadley's in an antique business. Now, she had not heard from Ruth Hadley in the last year and a half either.
Were they supposed to have run off to New York?
Well, I don't know. But I think it's, at least it's a good place to start looking. You know, it's strange. One of the associates in my firm is handling Hadley's divorce, and he advertised in some of the major newspapers, asking Ruth Hadley to come forward if she wanted to contest the divorce in any way.
And she hasn't?
No.
Maybe she never wants to face the guy again after running off with another man.
Maybe.
Or maybe they just left the country.
Yes, that's a possibility. But look, wouldn't you at least think she'd contact your dear and trusted friend, Gloria Dunn?
I don't know. But I've got a feeling you think you do.
Yeah. Well, Lieutenant, I hope I'm wrong, but a terrible thought has crossed my mind. Maybe they didn't run off after all. Maybe Bennett Hadley discovered their plan and stopped them in some way.
Well, prices on everything are going up.
Yeah, I know, Jay, but these estimates are almost a third higher than what we anticipated.
I know, Ralph. I double-checked the figures myself.
Yeah, I'm sure you did. This is going to mean that we're going to have to raise rents. I hope we don't lose any prospective tenants because of that.
I don't think so. I mean, people know that things are the same all over.
There's no way we could cut costs just a little bit?
Not without sacrificing quality, and I'm not willing to do that.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't ask you to either. And besides, it would just cost us more down the road. No, I'd much rather just go ahead and put up the extra cash now and stick to our original plan.
Good. I'm glad you feel that way. But I'm going to have your check as soon as I can get it.
Okay, I'll try to get it to you late tomorrow afternoon, huh?
Oh, that's great. I've already negotiated a new loan to cover my share. Now, listen, don't turn around now, but Don and Mary just walked in.
So?
They've seen us. They're coming this way.
Hi.
Hi, Mary.
Hi, Mary.
Don, how are you?
What do you hear from Carol?
Oh, she's fine. So's Amy, but they're going to have to stay in New York for a little while longer.
Oh, I'm sorry. Does that mean that her father's worse?
No, but his recovery has been longer than they thought it would be.
Oh, I'm sorry. I miss her.
Me too.
Yeah, I bet you do.
Well, come on, Mary. Let's grab a tea.
Okay. Bye.
Bye, nice to see you.
Bye. Still bothers you to see her, doesn't it?
Yeah, it sure does. I know she's going to be a lot happier with Don, but it still hurts.
You know, it might be a good idea for you to go away someplace, somewhere you wouldn't be running into her all the time.
I've thought of that, believe me. I used to do that, too, run away from my problems. But it never really seemed to do any good. Besides, I've got a lot of things to keep me here in Oakdale, not the least of which is our shopping center project.
Well, I could probably take care of things for a while if you did want to get away.
Well, thanks, but the real estate business, too. Listen, I've got to go. I said I would pick up Kate and Valerie over at Kim's. This ought to cover my share.
Oh, it's okay. I'll take care of it.
No, we agreed. Equal partners in everything. And I'll try to get that check to you tomorrow.
Great. Say hello to Valerie and Kim and Kate, of course.
Okay, sure will.
Well, I had to pick this restaurant, didn't I?
Oh, don't be silly, Donald. You know, it's bound to happen. We're going to run into each other. We see each other at the office. We have the same friends. So we'll just have to get used to it.
But I can tell it bothered you.
I'm fine. End of subject, okay?
Okay. Anyway, he's gone now.
Say, I think it was really nice of you to take over Tom's work so that he can go see Lisa.
Well, it's only for a few days. I can manage. And I've got a good secretary. Anyway, I think he was anxious to leave. I rather sense that he has some sort of personal problem.
Oh, really? I wonder what's wrong.
Don't know.
Excuse me. I can recommend the veal scallopini.
Well, we'll just keep that in mind.
Thanks.
Good. Can you join us for a minute?
No, thanks. I better get going. I've got a lot of work to do tonight.
Well, it was good seeing you. And
Same
don't
here.
work too hard.
Well, I've got to these days. Good night.
Good night.
Jay.
Well, then, is there any chance at all that Alex will be home for the holidays?
Doesn't look too good, Kim, but he promised us that we would all be together. So if he can't come home, Katie and I will just go to Ecuador for Christmas.
I know you'd be sorry not to have Christmas at the farm, but the important thing is for you all to be together.
It certainly is.
I may be taking a trip myself very soon. Nothing like Ecuador, however.
Really? Where?
Well, I got a note from Lisa, and she said she's definitely decided to get married early in December. Wants me to be her matron of honor. So I suppose I'll go up to Norwich for a week or so. And then I'll come back here and concentrate on getting Christmas together and making it as happy as I can for the children.
I know you will.
Oh, excuse me.
Hi, Kim.
Hi.
I know I'm a little early.
Oh, you're welcome anytime.
Thanks. Hi. Kim, the place looks terrific. How do you make it look so settled?
Well, I still really have quite a bit to do.
Well, it looks great to me.
Thank you.
Are you still glad you made the move?
Indeed I am, yes.
Oh, good, good. Listen, is it too early for me to drive you and Kate back out to the farm?
No, it's terrific. Kate has homework to do, and I'm expecting a call from Alex tonight if it comes through.
Oh, good,
Oh,
good.
but now, wait a minute. Can't I talk you into having a piece of cake and a cup of coffee first?
I'm afraid I'll have to pass, Kim. I just came from dinner.
Oh.
Thanks.
Well, okay, next time. I'll go tell the girls you're ready to leave.
Thank you. Okay. What's the matter?
The matter? Nothing.
I could tell there was something wrong the minute you walked through the door.
I guess I'm pretty transparent. I saw Mary and Don at the restaurant where I was having dinner.
I'm sorry. Ralph, you know that you asked for this yourself. You insisted on setting it up at your own expense.
Yep, yep.
It's not too late to tell Mary the truth.
Oh, I can't tell her. She's in love with Don, and everything is going exactly the way it ought to be going. Really. Hi, girl.
Hi, Ralph.
Hi there.
Hello.
Wow, what a nice greeting. Thank you.
When you drop us off, do you think you could stay a little while and help me with my math homework?
So that's the reason for the nice hug, huh?
Well, you are good at math.
Well, I have some math that I have to do on my own early in the morning, so I'm afraid I won't be able to stay tonight.
And I know you want to get going. Come on, Kate, we've got to go. Thank you for a lovely evening.
Oh, honey, thank you so much for stopping by. I'll get your coats for you.
Betsy, you want to come by after school tomorrow and we can go riding? Thanks, but I'm going to be studying with Lois. Oh, well, maybe this weekend. Maybe.
Thank you. All right, I'll give you a call tomorrow.
All right, dear.
And thanks again. Bye, Betsy.
Bye-bye.
Good night, Betsy.
See you.
Bye.
See you later, dear. Bye.
Good night, Kim.
Good night. Well, are you going to study with Lois here tomorrow night or at her place?
I don't know, but when I do, I'll let you know.
Okay. Something you wanted to talk about, love?
No, I have to finish my homework.
Okay. Honey, on your way up, would you stop and look in on Andy, please?
Sure.
Hi. I've been trying to call you on the telephone. Your line's been busy.
I'm afraid we should be thinking about leaving for the airport soon, Lisa.
Why, Bennett? But you told me that Tom's plane wasn't expected for another over an hour or so. Besides, I'm ready.
I'll go change. But then I think we should leave as soon as possible. It looks like there's a heavy ground fog rolling in, and driving could be hazardous. I'll be back in a minute.
Derek, a little more brandy.
No, I better not. Especially with that fog I'm going to have to drive through. Besides, I get the distinct feeling that Bennett was not exactly overjoyed seeing me here tonight.
Oh, that's not true. Don't pay any attention to him. It's just, well, he's a little shy. It takes a little time for him to warm up, that's all.
All right, if you say so.
Andy is fine.
I'm sure he is. It's just that male companionship is important, too. Have you found anybody that will take care of him while you're working?
No, I haven't. Not yet.
I see. Well, that's a responsibility for Ellen, then.
Yes, I realize it is. I intend to find someone.
Bad time for Mrs. Berger to leave.
Well, she'll be back as soon as she can. In the meantime, I've made some inquiries, and I'm going to do some interviewing this weekend.
Oh, that's good. That's very good. Good. Would you mind if I talk to some of these people before you make a final decision?
Why?
Well, it's important to me to know who's taking care of my son.
It's important to me, too, John. I think I'm capable of making the decision on my own.
Why are you so short with me?
Maybe it's because I am so puzzled.
About what?
About this constant show of concern for Andy.
It's not a show. I'm sincere.
Well, it still puzzles me.
I don't know why it should be so puzzling. Andrew is my son. I am concerned for his welfare. Frankly, it sounds like it bothers you more than it puzzles you.
You bet it does. I don't like your coming around here all the time, sticking your nose in my business. You stop by constantly, never any warning.
Now, wait a minute. Wait, I told you I tried to call on the telephone. The line was busy.
Yes, I know you did.
Then why are you so suspicious? Why shouldn't I be interested in helping you and your family in your period of adjustment?
You know I have perfectly good reasons for questioning your motives.
Yes, you do. You do. Things are different now, you know? I promise you that. Look, all I want to do is try to arrange a time where I could take Andrew to the zoo before it closes for the winter. Now, I thought maybe this Saturday I'd pick him up for a couple of hours in the morning, in the afternoon, whatever satisfies you.
Okay. Betsy and I are going to go shopping sometime Saturday. I don't know just when, but I'll call you when I find out, and you can pick Andy up then.
Okay. I wouldn't refuse a cup of coffee if it was offered to me.
You're so subtle, John.
I know. I didn't have any dinner before I left the hospital. I was running tests on Ian McFarlane right up to the last minute.
All right, I'll get you. I tell you something. I'm in no mood to have a long, drawn-out conversation about my being in a period of adjustment.
I don't blame you. I promise I won't say a word about it.
Take your coat off. I'll get you the coffee.
just hope that you're not trying to still discredit Bennett in any way.
Lisa, I never tried to discredit him.
That isn't true. You did it time and time again.
No, Lisa, I only asked you to be careful. That's all. And I still do.
I'm not interested in what you have to say about this. All I want you to realize is that Bennett is a very kind, gentle, sensitive man. Of course, those are things you just wouldn't understand, Grant.
I understand he's extremely jealous, and that disturbs me.
Well, I don't know why it should disturb you. I think it's very flattering when a man is jealous.
Well, that depends on how deep the jealousy runs. And look, as a lawyer, I can tell you, jealousy can become a sickness. And Lisa, that's not flattering. I mean, it can be deadly and it can be dangerous.
Thank you so much for your concern. But it really is a waste of your very precious and valuable time. And there is nothing sick about Bennett's feelings toward me. Nothing at all.
I'm shaking. Hester's right. I've got to get hold of myself. It's happening again. The old feelies, the jealousies. I can't let it happen again. I've got to get hold of myself. Before it's too late.
Thank you. That was very good, you know.
You're welcome.
When I said that I hadn't had dinner at the hospital, I was only hinting at a cup of coffee, that's all.
There's no trouble to heat the stew up. I was really glad to hear that Ian is doing so well.
Oh, yeah. Gee, I tell you. It's a remarkable rate of improvement. I've never seen anything like that in my years in cardiology.
Well, he's young. I would think he'd be in pretty good shape.
Well, I don't think that it's just that, though his prior physical condition can't be disregarded. I think that his wife has had a very important part in that.
You mean his former wife?
No, I mean his wife, Dana. They're not divorced yet.
Oh, well, my goodness, I know that they're separated. They're not living together.
Yeah, that's true. They're separated. But there's a very strong connection there, you know. I know what the love of a woman can do for a man, but I tell you, it's the first time I've actually seen it help physically. I tell you, the results of those tests that I ran on McFarland this afternoon were what I would expect after several weeks of rest, medical attention. Why?
Well, it's amazing. I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah, Bob just may be surprised when he comes back from London. His famous patient may be discharged from the hospital.
I'm sure nothing would please him more.
He may also find out, though, that McFarland may not be willing to give up the woman who has played such an important part in that.
Well, that's hardly Ian's choice, is it? I mean, that's Dana's decision.
She may not be willing to give up with certain things. You know, she seems very devoted to him.
She's very much in love with Bob, and they intend to get married the minute Ian is on his feet and the divorce is final.
Right. Now, I know that those plans were made before the heart attack. I'm telling you, she has been in his hospital room the better part of every day since he was first brought in. Now, that sounds to me, well, it seems like it's something, I don't know, deeper than just a casual interest in a man you have decided to divorce.
Oh, come on, John, for heaven's sakes, no. Of course she's trying to help him get well. That doesn't mean that she's changed her feelings about Bob.
Okay. Maybe not. But I tell you see the two of them together, and you have to wonder just how strong that old bond is. All I'm saying is that perhaps the woman is having second thoughts about giving up her old kind of life and settling down to be a doctor's wife in Oakdale.
Oh. You know what I think? I think, as usual, you are making more out of this situation than is there. I also think that Bob has a great deal to offer somebody like Dana.
And as usual, you are comparing me unfavorably with Bob.
Oh, for heaven's sakes. Now, I wasn't comparing you to anybody.
I guess I'm just oversensitive.
Well, I guess you are. You're probably tired. Come to think of it, so am I.
Okay.
If you were through with your coffee.
I am. Thank you very much. I will leave.
Well, I don't mean for you to do the 100-yard dash.
No, I think I have overstayed. By the way, you won't forget to call me about Saturday, will you?
No, I'll let you know as soon as I find out what time we're going to leave.
Maybe we could all meet, and then, we could have lunch or dinner, something like that.
No, thank you. I don't think so. Thank you for the offer.
I keep offering. You keep saying no.
John, I'm tired.
I know. I can see it in your eyes. You know what I wish?
What?
I wish you could wipe away the past.
That's very hard to do.
I know. If you could look at things the way they are today, though, I think you'd find that I'm just interested in Andrew. I'm interested in your welfare.
Listen, I don't want to be judgmental about you all the time, but it's just going to take some time.
That's all I can ask, time, try. You give Andrew a kiss for me?
I will.
Good night.
Good night, John.
Oh, Grant, I am not going to stand here and argue with you any longer on the phone. Look, we've got to go pick up Tom now.
Look, I'm sorry, Lisa. I just thought I should tell you it again to be careful.
You have more than made your point. Now, I really must go because I'm going to find out what's keeping Bennett anyway. He went over a half an hour ago to change his clothes. Maybe he fell asleep or something.
Then I'll say good night.
Good night.
I'll be sure and tell Tom to call me right away.
I'll make certain that Tom gets your message.
And Lisa, be careful.
I will, Grant. I always take care of myself. Goodbye. Hester! Hester! Maybe she's in her room. Hester! Bennett, darling, come on. We're going to be late. Hester! Hester, is that you? Hester? Hester Pierce, if you're trying to frighten me, you could just be sure you won't have a job tomorrow morning. Bennett? Darling, is that you? Please answer me. Who are you?